We just you can't. It writes itself, Scotty Dukes, right? So we're doing level checks. Rubber Shoes, by the way, is the one that's welcome to the show, ATB show at the buzzer. Timmy in beautiful downtown New Hampshire. Scotty Dukes, we'll get to the head wrap in a second. You look like my ghetto quarterback from JUCO. And then we got Rubber Shoes draped in Astros, which I appreciate because, they're making tea times. That being said, Rubber Shoes, ever efficient, the executive producer of the show, make no mistake. He says we should do level check before we start. Couldn't agree more. We've had some echo challenges as of late, which we feel like we've cured. We've all spent an inordinate amount of money on equipment. See my office. And above and beyond all that, Rubber Shoes so concerned about the levels. And then banana hands, you start wrapping your microphone around at the top of the show, which pick your spot.
I'm trying to get the tag into
we're
it.
in the 3-up. We're in portrait mode.
Right.
They can't see the mic flag. The brand is at the bottom of the screen. If they don't know who we are, they do now. And if they do know who we are and they came back, don't scare them away. Don't keep your banana hands off the phone. And I can make fun of him at a distance because he's bigger than me and he can kick my ass, but it's a long walk or a short drive to come up and kill me. So he's not going to. Anyway, our dear friends who we were concerned for about 12 minutes whether we could keep giving them love, but they've never left our side. We're not going to leave their side. Joe and Leslie, brilliant enough to start their own business, questionably stepped into business with Rubber Shoes, who apparently is their he's like Wozniak at Apple, Scotty. He's the first employee. He's employee 001. So if you're at the holiday party in the suite at the Celtics and they're out of steak tips, check Rubber Shoes pockets. Just a life hack if you're an employee at AAA Work Trucks. Our dear friends, Joe and Leslie. Rubber Shoes, take it from the top. You're in creamsicle Astros. I love that look. They should go back to that more often. They didn't wear it enough. And I love that they're already home. I love that it's over. I sort of forgot they were playing last night. I'm horrified for the Phillies, but excited for the Rangers. And we got game 7 tonight. So all is well in Whoville. Rubber Shoes, hit us with it.
Yeah, so first of all, today is Leslie's birthday, so happy birthday, Leslie.
Hey, happy birthday.
29 again? 29 again?
Yeah.
29,
Brought to you by AAA Work Trucks, your one-stop shop for all your work truck needs. If it goes in or on a vehicle, it's a good bet AAA can take care of it for you. Give them a call at 866-783-6222 or check them out online at aaaworktrucks.com. Hey, I got one issue here. I'm trying to share that we're live, but it's not coming up on our page.
Fascinating.
Oh, there it is. I got it. Okay. All right, we're good.
I'm like, we're live somewhere.
So YouTube
ESPN's
changed
calling.
all its.
Why would they want to talk to us? Go ahead.
Yeah, YouTube changed the whole setup. There must have been an update one night, and the next thing.
The other day you were saying that you couldn't find a show from a couple of weeks ago, and
that was true.
Yeah, so I think this is all fascinating to our listeners. We love you. We'll be right back. Little insider baseball for you. I think when you go to the live broadcast from the Zooms, there might be a box that you have to check that says published. And if it's unpublished, the humans can't find it. Where we are streaming live from the eCam, I think it automatically smacks it in place, although the algorithms keep changing. Other than that, let's talk about all the things. I am grabbing a Cocktini. Not a sponsor yet. My favorite logo. It really is. It's the girliest logo they have, and that's why I love her so much. Juice Lord's phenomenal. It's so good. Our dear friends in Woburn, thank you for the sustenance. Where are we starting today, boys? Can we cover let's cover the non sequitur stuff. Talk to me about the headband there, Mahomes. What's happening? What's happening?
Mahomes.
Yeah.
It's more like a Bryce Harper. I was kind of going for, I guess. But honestly, it's just I need a haircut. As you can see, the mop is getting a little out of control.
Pull the wrapper off. Let me inspect this. No, it's not that bad.
It's pretty bad.
I thought you had a head wound. I thought you fell into the pool.
No.
Or okay.
Pool's closed. It's officially closed.
I appreciate that. I you know where I'm coming from. I get my hair cut every Friday, so like
I know you do.
And your hair's not that long, but I appreciate it. And
it's long for me. It's long for me.
Oh, you've got an afro, like in my world. Yeah, like as soon as you can push. Exactly. If I run my hand like this and the hair flops in the wrong direction, it's too long. Which we're there.
Well, my sons they would love the fact that my hair is like down, right? If my hair was down, in front of their face like that, like they have no problems with it. It drives me nuts.
I'm
I
picking up
hate
what you're
it.
putting on. What's your rotation while we're here? I go once a week. What's your rotation?
I'm about 4 to 6 weeks.
4 to 6.
Holy
Oh, yeah,
You let
4
the
to 6.
soul glow. I love that.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So what week are we on that you're
I'm
pinning
on
it
like
up,
week
Martha?
7-ish, 7 or 8. I've just been busy,
Wow.
man. Yeah, it's getting out
I
of
feel like
control right
rubber shoes is a hard 13 and a half days. There's no way you're going more than 2 weeks.
No, I'm 2 weeks.
Yeah, that makes sense.
14 days. Yeah,
I get that. Although you never let it fly. You've always got a costume on.
Yeah.
You're always dressed up like a Disney character. What made you go with the Houston creamsicle today?
because they were eliminated.
Oh, so
I've been
you're letting your freak flag fly one last time, then it goes away? That doesn't come out during ordinary time like we're at church? What's happening? No?
No, so the backstory on this is I played softball for a team that was called the Astros. That's why I have the jersey
Okay.
in the first place. So I haven't worn this, and
notice how he
I haven't
slipped in
played
first
softball
place?
in
Oh, in the
probably
first
3
place,
or
I'm
4
sorry.
years. So
I thought that was like Al Bundy. We took first place. Oh, you meant in the first place.
Yeah.
I get it. I got you. Okay.
So I've been waiting because I'm doing the jersey of the day every day. So I've
Yep.
been waiting for them to be eliminated to wear it for the jersey of the day. So I pulled it out for today. I did the jersey of the day in it, and I'm like, I might as well wear it on the show and celebrate the Steelers,
the buzzers
being eliminated.
Yeah. Yep.
Cheaters.
It's I don't know if you've noticed, Scotty. He has expanded the technicals in the LA studio, the Lowell area studio. I noticed the other day there, DJ Slippery Disc, that you had one of your wireless mics. So he's now doing the jersey reveals, full frame. God help the ladies, right? Gasp and swoon, clutch the pearls. You get all of the rubber shoes. You can't see the Crocs. I don't feel like I could see your feet. I want to see the Crocs. Show me the Crocs. Do it. And don't tell me you're not wearing them
now?
anymore. Shut up. Go get them. You wearing some right now? Do they have
I have
gibbets?
the sandals,
What
the sandal
gibbet-
Crocs.
What gibbets on it? Do you have a gibbet? Of course
It says
does.
Crocs.
It writes itself. It really does. Yeah, but you've got a wireless mic set up. Are we night calling at the house?
I've
What's
had-
happening?
Oh,
I
I've
know you
had
have
it
all the
for-
equipment. I
for
love it. I saw
DJing.
you with the wireless mic. I'm like, oh my God, he's got the full setup going.
Yep, I
Love it.
because I have this set up for when I do the wrap up and stuff, and then I was like trying to get this mic to where I can do the jersey a day, and it was a pain in the ass. So then I went and got it out of storage.
So let's be honest. That room that you're in now has become the studio. Do you
Yeah,
have like a
pretty
red
much,
light
yeah.
outside the door so Steph knows not to come in and bother you? Like,
No.
like the radio station with the magnet on the door, Scotty. We used to love
Oh,
that,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The greatest.
Believe me,
Christian-
she knows what I want because she doesn't want to be heard on it, so she knows not to come in.
She's probably the smartest sports mind in the building. I love you, buddy,
Yeah.
but you're better looking than you're better. You're more of a showpiece. You're arm candy for the wife, really. She's the sports knowledge of the family. Let's not sell her short. Anyway, and you remember this rubber shoes from hanging out at radio stations. One of the greatest asshole things you could do to your friends, and Scotty and Adam and I, when we worked together at ERZ, this happened all the time. You send, and we'll say it was Scotty, which I wouldn't have done Scotty because he would have kicked my ass, but we'd say it was Scotty. We send Scotty because he's like the new kid at the station across the street, like literally at the end of our driveway is fucking go nuts. And we'd send him over to get coffee. You'd see that individual coming at our old studios at ERZ through the front door, and they would have to walk around the wrapped glass. So they're coming around the corner. I can see him carrying 4 drinks and their mic's off, and carnal knowledge is mic's off, doors open. And then as soon as the kid gets to the door to walk in with the drinks, you hit your mic, it magnets the door, and they splash the drinks all over themselves. We never did that to Scotty. We did it to some people.
Yeah.
It's a horrible. It's funny if you're on the inside not getting yelled at, but when you're outside, because our door for our studio was right across from the office of the Rock Station morning show guy, who's still doing it. Hi, Greg. You look great. And if you spilled a whole bunch of coffee on the rug outside of his office, he probably wasn't happy.
No.
Wasn't
Never
happy.
would.
Wasn't thrilled. No. Yeah. It was a cacophony of errors there at, what are we going to call them? I'm going to call them Cheap Channel. That's their name. because they're not Clear Channel anymore because they're hiding behind what is it, iHeartMedia or iHeartMania or what is it? They owe $40 billion or something like that. They're wildly in debt, but they're still going. So we have to get a hold of their CPA because they're doing something right. We're doing something wrong. Where do we want to start? What are we covering? I feel like baseball's parked. That's going to sort of wrap up tonight, and we're going to get our decision. I'd love to talk about it. We can talk about baseball. Let's do that.
I want to talk about the fact like nobody. I'm sorry. I don't feel like there's any really good coverage for baseball right now, and I think it's due to the teams that are involved. Like I'm not seeing a lot of coverage. I'm not seeing, that it's not as wide. I feel like there's more coverage of the upcoming NBA season, right? Where like the Lakers are tipping off against the Nuggets and everyone wants to talk about that. All the jibber jabber in the off season more than baseball. I don't know if that's just, it's because there's like the oversaturation everywhere of so many different, media and, you can go MLB Network, you can go ESPN, you can go whatever, right? It's just, I don't know if that's the case, but it's just not, I haven't really seen nearly the type of coverage that used to be.
Yeah. I think it's probably because of the stations covering it. So I know in my feed, I get a lot of ESPN stuff in all my social medias. So they don't have baseball, so they could give two shits about it. You see a lot of basketball and hockey hockey in their feeds. So unless you're following Fox Sports, you're probably not getting much of it in your feed.
And couple of really great interactions. Well, first of all,
right, exactly.
Talking about that crew, which is good. They've got a good crew there with obviously with Jeter and Big Papi and A-Rod. A-Rod the other night, I got to talk about this. Janina's like, you guys got to talk about this. I don't know what night it was. A-Rod's makeup was jacked up.
It always is.
Somebody spray painted him wrong. It wasn't good. It was.
Doesn't he have a line of makeup? I feel like he has a line of makeup out there. I feel like
if anyone talking on the show right now would know, it would be you. So I trust you.
I think
and Scotty's
confirmed it. My wife confirmed it.
Yep. Oh, see? I love that. Steph poked her head and she's like, yes, he does.
Yep.
So, yeah, it was super jacked up. That wasn't good. Wanted to talk about that. I thought it was funny when he brought the hats. He was giving out, Big Papi was giving out hats. A-Rod threw it on, and I love Jeter. He stuck to his, dug his heels in, and he's like, yeah, nobody from New York would wear one of these. So he never put it on, which was really funny. And probably the comment of the last 7 days, since we all chatted, was they were talking about making a comeback. And A-Rod talked about, we were 3 up once, and Big Papi was so good. Big Papi was just like, were you?
It was Jeter that said it.
Yeah, Jeter said, we were up 3-0 once, and Big Papi was just, oh, Scotty left. And Big Papi was just like, were you? And he's back now.
Yeah,
I love this.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Good morning.
Yeah,
he's back. That was really good.
Really? You did?
Yeah, I think I was talking to Janina this morning because I completely forgot. Like, watch the Phillies lose, which I love. Game 7. It's the greatest 2 words in sports. So that's going to be fun tonight. And I sort of forgot that there was a later game, so we weren't watching that. And then this morning, she's like, oh, Rangers advanced, and I was like, so excited because I don't want the Astros again for a myriad of reasons. Altuve is the first 5 of those million reasons. And I guess beyond that, I said, because she's like, oh, you want Philly? And I said, not that I care about Rob Manson or the MLB necessarily, but I can assure you that they don't want the Diamondbacks and the Rangers. Like, they are desperate for a Philly market, and just for the anger of the Philly fans. It'll be so much better if it's Texas and Philadelphia, God willing. So I'm excited to see that. And from a Philly standpoint, they'd be a more fun team to watch. And I don't usually plug into this. Like, normally Tim Lindsay's checked out weeks ago when the Red Sox, months ago when the Red Sox were eliminated from the playoffs. But I'm happy to pop it on and watch because it's fun, and Game 7 is great. Like, there haven't been sweeps this round, which is really good, and I think the World Series could be great so long as Philadelphia does their work tonight. Which a Game 7 at home, I'd like to think that the stars are aligned for an amazing game. I'd kill for 11 innings tonight. That would be phenomenal. Wouldn't be great for my sleep, but they make coffee and cocaine for a reason. So we'll figure it out in the morning, I'm sure. somehow.
So on baseball,
We
so I
skated
teased
right over
this.
that. Okay, good.
Teased it
I
on
wouldn't
the
touch that.
on my promotion this morning that the search for a GM for the Red Sox they've had more people turn them down than actually you'd say that they want to interview for it.
So
Like a job nobody wants.
yeah, I noticed that. I'm excited and concerned. I'm excited that it didn't happen quickly because that would scare me and feel like they had somebody in the bag, or they had like a conversation
Yeah.
already done. Not that that would be a problem. So I'm excited that they're doing a deep dive. I'm also horrified because then this kid might just get elevated. They might just give up and be like, "You're it," because nobody else
So
wanted it, and I don't want that to be the case.
So the two things that people have been saying why they don't want it: one, because Cora, they've already said that Cora's staying as the manager. So someone wants to come in and doesn't really agree with what Cora wants to do, then they're gonna butt heads, and um, it's not gonna work. It's like they want to come in and bring their own guy in, and also they've been saying it's like, okay, why would you want this job? Because if you do what the owners tell you, you still get fired. Like Dombrowski won him a World Series.
You gotta
But
go.
he used money, and then he gave up too much of the minor leagues to get it. But he won a championship, and then they brought in Chaim Bloom, said, "We want you to build up the farm system." He builds up the farm system, but he didn't win, so he gets fired. So it's like it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. However they say
You
that.
got that. That's pretty good.
I was
So
actually
what
I
are
was
you
going to say
doing
too.
next
Like, why
season?
would
Why
you
don't you
want?
take it?
Why would
I'd
you
love it.
want to be a part of this, ownership group or work for them? Because they're kind of a joke. They're all over the place. You know what I mean? They're bipolar,
Right.
depending on who you're
Yeah.
talking to. Whether it's it really doesn't. I wouldn't want to be jumping out. I mean, you take away the homer perspective, right? Obviously, being Red Sox fans, it'd be an amazing gig, and we'd love that. But if you take that part out of it, yeah, and there's no one in their right mind in baseball be like, oh yeah, let me jump into this where I don't know week to week, what kind of mood they're going to be in, and whether or not they're gonna, I'm going to be safe, or if they want to do they want to spend money, they want to focus on the farm system. What year is this? What are we going to be doing here? Also, they don't. I mean, I know there's no salary cap in baseball, but I mean, in theory, there's a lot of positions that they've quote unquote locked up, or they have people there. So there's not a lot of room to make adjustments. I mean, there are some positions
to go in
absolutely.
and put your mark on it. Right?
Pitching staff, number one, but yeah.
So, he's gone again. Maybe he'll come back.
Think he's having Wi-Fi problems up there?
I don't know. Well, here's the thing. What I do know, because we're going to stay off sports till he rejoins us, because I want him to finish his thought, which I'm waiting with bated breath. That being said, Scotty's at the home office 4,000% of the time, and he's on a lot of Zoom calls. So I imagine that he's got a pretty robust signal. I don't know what's happening. Maybe somebody clipped a line in his neighborhood. Not really sure. Now I can't. Now I need him to disappear so he can come back, which I'm very excited about. Maybe he won't. So I'll ask this when Scotty gets
can't.
back.
I'm not. I don't have the computer in front of me, so I can't see anyone.
Yeah, he's
so
just frozen right now. So we're waiting for him to go away and then call back, which is how it goes here. So to Scotty's point, which I think he's leading to, which we can talk about when he gets back. My question is there something that they're not moving off of? Because if I'm a GM, what's the elephant in the room? You're keeping your manager. And if GMs are going in saying, because what do GMs want to do? If I want to set my precedent, if I want to show that I'm here and this is my way and blah, 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 I think 4,000%, I want to come in and I want to build my staff. Who's the first person on your staff? If I'm upstairs making phone calls and cutting checks and making decisions to load the plate for my head chef, but my head chef has been here and maybe is fixed in their ways, like they've made a decision clearly to stick with Cora, that might be the sticking point right now that people don't want to.
Right.
That has to be a piece
that people
of
don't even want to interview and talk to them is crazy. He said his computer did a reboot.
I love
So
all of that
he'll be back once it
because
refreshes.
Microsoft is effing wonderful. They are. Yeah. I celebrate their entire catalog. So Scotty Dukes is in hair and makeup. That's why he had the headband on. He'll be back. So, it is. Yeah. I mean, obviously, as homers, I sit here as a Red Sox fan, like, dude, you got to Fenway. It's the pearl. Like, it's the diamond of the ballparks, and there's so much history here, and there's all the chemistry is there to just get the right person in the desk, and you're going to be back on track for the playoffs. You'll be back in the playoffs next year if you get the right person making the right moves. Some agitating moves are going to piss off the fan base, but I'm going to go back to 2004 when, like, you can't trade Nomar, but that was the right thing to do. It worked in the moment, right?
Yeah,
which is horrifying. That was 20 years ago.
But next year, 20 year, get ready for it. Next season, they'll be celebrating that every freaking.
Do you have a shirt to commemorate? How do
I
you
don't
not
think I have
a shirt
anything
from 20 years ago? Is it in cold storage with your mink coat? Where is it?
I don't. You know what? I was more. Okay, I have the hat. I definitely have the hat still.
Okay.
But the t-shirts kind of get. I think I have the only t-shirt I have left is from 2018.
Okay.
Because I've changed my shape and sizes since 2004, so it probably was too big or
and then
something.
you lean out. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the only thing, like, I have a Gronk jersey from their last Super Bowl. I have the 2018 shirt that says history, but I have every hat. I believe there might be one hat I don't have from all the championships since 2001. There might be one that I wasn't able to get.
Pun intended. What's the head count on the hats? How many hats do you have? Because I need you to. I need you. Well, okay. I need this metric from you, and I need you to share it with me to preserve my 27-year marriage. Because Janina's always delighted to see a new hat show up at the Lindsay household. Which I can't help myself. If I see a hat that I love, I'm like, oh, I'm going to wear that coffee. And I love that or whatever. And and 90% of the week, like right now, for the most part, like our whole road trip, our whole vacation, I didn't take any hats. I got up and shower and coiff the hair. Like
my whole outfit every time I get up to leave the house to do something other than the fire station. Fire station,
the hat.
I got to wear what I wear, but sneakers, if shorts, shirt, hat, they all gotta.
I know. Yes.
Gotta go. Yeah. Like one place I used to work, they used to say that I wore adult Garanimals.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yes, everything matches. Everything's color
so
coded.
every jersey, just about except so I'm finding out. So I'm starting to get into my hockey jerseys, which it's the end of my jerseys. I don't have hats for every hockey jersey because usually I wear my hockey jerseys playing hockey, so I have a helmet to go with them.
Yeah,
a hat.
Yeah, you just answered. You know what I'm about to say. I need you tomorrow. Well, all right. I got to ask a question I don't want to hear the answer to. Do you have a Phillies jersey?
No.
Okay. So no matter what,
I want the powder blue Mike Schmidt one.
Don't end our friendship with this answer. Do you have a Diamondbacks jersey?
Yes.
How?
In
what universe you were like
when I turned? Like, you've seen it. You've seen it. When I turned 51. When I turned 51, I got a number 51 Randy Johnson jersey.
There's no other 51 in your world that you could have gotten.
I looked as far as trying to find a jersey. Yeah, there was.
All right. So God help us.
So
America.
This year I didn't get one because the only 52 I could find was Ray Lewis, and I wasn't doing that.
You don't like the Ravens or murdering people? Which one was it? What was the decision point?
The murdering.
Both. Yeah, both. Yeah, both are illegal. All right. So, all right. God forbid the Diamondbacks win tonight. putting this out into the ether. Please, baby Jesus, let the Phillies win. God forbid that happens. You'll be in a Randy Johnson jersey tomorrow.
I wasn't planning on it.
Well, let me ask this question, and you don't have to
I already
answer.
wore it for the jersey of the day.
I know you probably have a whole rotation. You probably have a jersey calendar planned because you're very regimented in the morning. You're awake at 2:30. I know the whole schedule.
Yeah.
That being said, whenever your next hockey jersey comes up, I would like you on the wireless mic. I want full rubber shoes. I want Crocs in view. The women are very excited that I'm demanding this right now. Housewives everywhere are planning their day around this. And I need you in a helmet and gloves. Okay. And maybe a stick. I know you have a stick. You have a stick because you play hockey. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I need the helmet on for the next hockey jersey. 4,000%.
Oh, that makes okay.
I love this.
I have
I'm so glad
two jerseys. So I have two jerseys that I've been waiting to wear because I don't have a hat that matches with them. So now this makes it easier.
I'm asking so many dangerous questions. How many jerseys do you have that you have not yet worn? I'm so afraid of this answer.
Oh, so it's basically everything else is hockey jerseys. I probably have
welcome back.
20 to 30.
Jesus ball of wax. Oh. Wait a minute. No, welcome back, Scotty.
I've already worn. I'm
saving my question for you when you froze. And yes, Hendricks is welcome to the party. I just asked Rubber Shoes the most perilous question he's answering right now. How many jerseys do you have that you haven't yet worn? What's your answer?
I think 20 to 30.
That are still in the wrapper, or they just haven't debuted?
No. I haven't worn on the jersey of the day yet.
Oh, shit. I thought you had stuff that was still in the wrapper.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Scotty, I've worn every jersey at least once.
Scotty, stay with you. Take a sip first. I'll wait because I'm
super frustrated. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. I love all. Dude, you know what? They get what they get. Welcome to the show. You had a hard reboot. Thank you, Windows. Yep. And furthermore, hi Tim Cook. I know you're watching. We'd love for the sponsorship because then Scotty could get a MacBook Pro and we'd never have to reboot again. Anyway, that being said, all that aside, I just convinced Rubber Shoes his next hockey jersey, and there's a jersey calendar because he's very well regimented, as we know. His next hockey jersey reveal, he's going to be full frame, Crocs and Gibbets in frame, Housewives gasp and spoon. And he will also wear a helmet. You're welcome, America. I'm just it's all I can do for you, America, and it's honest work. And just tell the world my story. So that being said, we also tripped over while you were gone, Scotty. Welcome back. We missed your face. While you were gone, we also tripped over the horrifying information that when he turned 51, because he's a maniac, and he kept Modell's in business, although they're closed, so we'll figure out that math later. He bought, and I asked, and I should have known, but I didn't think it through. I said, if God forbid the Diamond Chickens win tonight, and the Phillies don't win, do you have a Diamondback shirt? And he's like, yes. When I turned 51, I got a Randy Johnson shirt.
Oh my God!
That's a deep dive.
Jesus, that is a deep
Rubber
cut.
Shoes is scraping the corners of the universe for an excuse to buy bad shirts. So America, I'm pleading with you, baby Jesus, I'm pleading with you. Do not let the Phillies fail tonight because I don't want to see you in that. I want to see you. I hope that changes the Advent calendar and we move a hockey jersey up. Question for you, and I hope you say yes to this. Do you have a Charlestown Chiefs shirt?
That's the two jerseys that I'm waiting to have that I didn't have a hat to match.
And you have one.
I have two.
I
have a home and an away.
I love all of this.
Yep.
Yeah. Phenomenal. Yep. Scotty, you've seen that movie, right? Slapshot?
Which one?
Slapshot
yes.
with Paul Newman, the Charlestown Chiefs. Phenomenal. So senior year. Halloween
I have
party.
Two of the Hanson brothers jerseys.
I love it. We're putting on the foil. Senior year, me, Brett Fay, Oh God, I'm losing names now. 3 of us went as the Hanson brothers. One of us had
Nice.
multiple shirts, so I had that. We had to ask the janitor at Chelmsford High School if we had permission to wear rollerblades. We wore rollerblades, so we were all wigged up, shirted up. We were rollerblading around the dance. It was a shit show, as you can imagine. Well, just picture me on rollerblades. It's everything you would picture. Yes, it wasn't great. Nobody died.
So who was the third guy?
Nobody died. What was that?
You, Brett Fay, and who was the third?
Brett Fay. Who was the third? I'm blanking on his name. God bless him, because I think he had all the shirts. Nope. Chris. I know it was Chris. I'll die on the hill that it was Chris. Can't remember the last name for the life of me. Senility. It's wonderful. When you get here, I'll show you around. It's great. Yes. And we had to get permission from the janitor's staff to wear rollerblades, because our principal and our Dean Quinn, God rest his soul, was like, hey, it'll probably ruin the floors. You can't do it. I'm like, we gotta do it. It's the whole thing. And we skated in and we're checking people. It was amazing. Scotty's back.
That's awesome.
Scotty, here's my question that we paused for you. Welcome back, everyone watching the show. We're sorry you push play. Anyway, are people saying no to the Boston gig because upstairs, way upstairs, Vanilla Dracula, John Henry, has decided that his manager is his manager? I mean, that's got to be the fly in the ointment, or a piece of it for some people, because Rubber Shoes made a great point, write down the time and date. Like, outside of the pitching staff, we've got a lot of pieces already in place. So if I'm a GM coming in, what do you want to do? If I'm the executive chef, I want to be able to talk to my head chef, not the head chef that's still here. So that might be a sticking point for people, because if you look at it from every other angle, ridiculous fan base. It's a diamond of a ballpark. You're 4 seconds and a few great decisions away from going back to the playoffs. What's not to like? So is a sticking point, Ben, like, hey, if I come talk to you about this, like, we can make some changes with the skipper, right? And if they're a hard no, that's got to be the gap.
I think it's a part of it for sure. I also think it's just the uncertainty of ownership as a whole, and the way they've treated GMs in the past they don't have a great track record.
Yep.
Speaking of tracks, Kaylee says she's going to order you some rollerblades for the office. They're going to be there tomorrow. So Kaylee, I'd like some video of that, please. Thank you very much.
Can we celebrate her for a second? Like, here's my CFO, like, counting the beans and tolerating our stupidity all at once. By the way, fantastic. If she's still here, and she's clearly right down the hall, I have a fat wafer that somebody brought me. And this, have you boys seen this? This smells like, I'm going to show you what this is. This has got to be $75. One of my agents dropped this in my office. This is Trader Joe's. I'm going to say it slowly. Otherwise, I'll start undressing quickly. Maple streusel bread. This smells like French toast and sex. It's a loaf of bread. And it's Trader Joe's, so it's got to be like $75. So God bless her. Carol Goodwin drops this on my desk. She's like, I left something on your desk. That was the fat wafer. Then she brings in that loaf of bread. I'm like, what is your Venmo? Because I feel like I'm stealing right now. And she's like, just enjoy it. So that's amazing. I'll save it for you, Scotty. I'll throw it in my tiny freezer here. We'll save it. Pie Day, buddy. Wednesday the 22nd.
Yes.
You with a decent haircut better be in this building, because, and we'll get back to the show in 2 seconds. 1 second, 0 seconds. Kaylee's birthday also.
Oh.
It's a national holiday here at the K-Dubs. Yeah.
29 again, right?
22. It's her favorite
22.
number. November 22nd is her birthday. Yeah. She's a 22 girl. True. Yeah, she belongs to the tribe. Yep. I probably shouldn't get rollerblades. I need an electric wheelchair at this point. Let's have a conversation about the trick hip. Anyway, keep going. Talk to me about the Red Sox.
Maybe that's the reason to be a golf swing. I think we need to have a conversation.
Dude, wait till we get out, dude. It's disappointing. I'm a good time.
I'm dying to see it.
I'll bring the music and the fun, but like, it's not great. Yeah. I got a hard 129-yard drive if I'm lucky. Go ahead, though.
Actually, speaking of golf, real quick, because we're all over the freaking map, but I saw Louis Tiant. He's baseball, right? I saw Louis Tiant this past weekend, or actually it was last Friday.
I will kick you in the neck. You saw him at the Stuff About the Thing?
Yeah, so because he lives on the golf course in Wells in Maine, and we're coming up on 18, and I just had a little chip, and I'm just about to hit my chip, and all of a sudden I hear, Scotty, and I'm like almost at my backswing, and I look over, and of course it's Stevie because his golf etiquette is just horrible, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? And he points towards this is this huge SUV with Florida plates, and this tiny little man going towards it with the biggest cigar in his mouth. And Stevie's like, and Steve like, he's like, it's Louis.
Yeah.
And of course, I have no, I don't know what the kids are calling it anymore. Chill, whatever. I have no chill.
Filter.
So
no filter.
I'm like, Louis, what's going on, buddy?
Yeah.
And he turns and he just gives us.
Pause real quick.
Yeah.
What hole are we on?
18.
You're shit faced. Okay, keep going. Yep.
No. Actually, we didn't really drink that much. No.
Oh yeah,
we were good.
You and your brother played sober golf.
Stevie had to because he was going to work after, so he did.
That's a terrible idea. I never want to see your brother sober on the golf course. Don't invite me. I'm not coming.
It's something.
0 stars. Don't recommend. Keep going. All right, go ahead.
So anyway, I yell at him, and he turns the corner and walks over a little bit towards us, and just says, "Boys, how we doing?" And that was it.
El Tiante.
That's what he said because it's super, super thick with the Cuban accent and everything, and that's where we all went to we're going to our graves. That's what he said was, "Hey boys, I was going." I think that's what he said, and then he got it.
Shot.
Best part of the story. So he gets into this huge SUV. We finished the hole, and so I had a chip left. I think Stevie had one right off the green. Shane was on the fringe, and then Eric was on the back.
How's Sugar Shane doing? How's he hit? He's a tall drink of water. He must be like 3+ off the tee box.
He's probably like 270.
God bless
but
him.
He hits. Well, I mean, Eric's small and he hits almost 300. But
I've
he's
seen pictures. It must be nice. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're like on 18 for a good 5-6 minutes or whatever, especially after that nonsense. He's still in the car. And then this woman comes up and pulls up next to him in a different vehicle and gets out and is chatting with him or whatever. And I'm like I said to Stevie, because Steve sees him all the time because he's always bopping around Wells constantly.
Yep.
And I said, do you think he's okay? He's like, no, it's just Louis. He'll just sit in his car. He'll smoke a stogie. He'll take his time. He's in no rush to do anything. Everything he does slow. And it's the most amazing thing ever. But
Which
it was
is really funny because think of his pitch delivery, right?
Super. Yep. Exactly. Yeah.
7 minutes at the top of his pitch. Is he balking? No, he's Louis.
No,
yes.
He's Louis.
El
exactly.
Tiante. That's amazeballs. I know he lives up here. Like we've got there was a Patriot. There's an infamous story, so we will recuse the names to protect the innocent. There was a Patriot who had a house in the Lakes region. I'm going to not use towns either. Who had let's say they didn't pick up before the maid came. And look on the Googles, you'll find the story. The listing belonged to somebody I know, and it was on the news, and it's a whole thing. But the alarm went off over the winter. The police went in, and there was, it looked like somebody was baking. There was flour all over the table. Anyway, so yeah. So really weird story, but there's a lot of people that you don't think of that are up in the Lakes region or up in this part of the country celebrating our beautiful part of the country. And Tiante is always out and about. And that's amazing. I didn't know he was a member there. We're going to stop talking about
his house
to protect his
Course.
innocence. He lives on the course.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a lot. So one of my agents had his dad lives on the course.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep. That's
awesome.
So interesting.
It's a tough course.
You got that. That's a selfie moment. See, this is where Rubber Shoes unapologetically would tackle El Tiante and then force him to get a selfie. Gibbet showing, of course, and
then ask him if he had a jersey he could have for Jersey Day.
Honest to God. Do you have any slow pitch shirts I can steal from you? Yeah. I can't accept it unless you have a hat, though. Yeah, that's always the.
I already have the hat to go with the.
Oh, of course you do. Of course you do.
75.
All right, love that. I love that you saw El Tiante. That's amazeballs, dude.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was very cool.
Oh my God, did he just play or was he just marching out of the clubhouse? What's happening?
He was just marching around. I mean, he may have been playing, but I didn't see him with clubs or anything like that. He was just going back to his truck.
El Tiante. It was awesome. Amazeballs.
It was awesome.
Where are we going? It's quarter of later. What are we doing? What are we talking about? Want to cover the Pats and escape? What are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Let's talk about the Pats. I mean, that was I'm sure it was shocking to everybody, especially Billy. You know, Billy texts a lot during games when they're bad, but I didn't really say too much. I was really impressed.
On the plane. I'm going to give Rubber Shoes credit. There was radio silence on Sunday.
There was
radio silence on Sunday.
Right.
So
I said that I texted that they didn't have a penalty on the first play.
You were very excited about that. Yes. So let's talk about the behind the scenes stuff before we get into the game stuff. What I find fascinating is that, and I forget who it was, whether it was
Rappaport.
Yeah, was it Rappaport or Field Yates or whatever? Like I don't know who it was, but whoever leaked a week ago that Crafty was willing to part ways, like that was on the table.
Well, that was Howe.
All right, so that Jeff Howe. Okay, so that obviously came from either Robert or Jonathan, right? Yes. Do we agree? Yes. No. Maybe.
Yeah.
Scotty frozen again.
Definitely an insider.
Scotty's frozen again. He'll be back. So the other side of this. So Dear Windows, the reboot didn't work. Anyway, welcome back. Brought to you by not Apple. So the other half of I say this because you're on an Apple product. Yes.
Yes.
God bless you.
Anyway, a very old one, but it's still ticking.
What? She's still working, right?
Yep.
God bless you, Steve Jobs. She's still working. Oh, look, he's back though. He's back. So
is he?
Listen, Scotty, what we're gonna do? Here's my decision. I'm gonna present this to the board of directors. I mean, Joe and Leslie. So instead of incessant Mai Tais and chicken wings, which I don't know if we can talk about, but I just did, so it's too late. Instead of a sponsored trip by our dear sponsors to the House of Loon, maybe we take that and put it toward the capital budget and get you a rig that works.
Yeah, right? Jesus.
What is happening in
I don't know.
America?
I honestly,
right
I have no idea.
All right. Well, we'll work through it. We love you. Welcome back.
Thanks.
So clearly the headline for Crafty a week ago, knowing he had to say something overtly to the fans, was it's on the table that we're willing to part ways with Bill. That was the headline a week ago. Now, Sunday morning before kickoffs, even in Germany, there was no European game though. But anyway, early Sunday morning, it leaked that over the summer, they agreed to a new deal with Billy. And that's a 2-year deal. Is the extension? The extension is.
There's a bunch of different reports out on it.
And one of the
some
pieces,
are saying 3 years, some are saying 2 years.
3-year deal. He's reportedly, because nobody really knows, reportedly been about 25 a year in the past. And it's an extension on whatever he had, because we've never actually known when the last one ends and the next one starts. So who knows what 2 or 3 years means. And the big piece of meat on the bone was that there's language in the new deal that talks about him changing his job description. So does that mean he's stepping away from the steering wheel at the draft? Who knows?
Well, that's what they were talking on the way home today, that he may have lost some power.
Sure.
In the new, but who knows?
Now, all that being said, what I heard this morning on my favorite station that Rubber Shoes hates, which is fun. My favorite station.
I like it on the afternoon drive.
Of course you do. So in the grand scheme of things, the conversation this morning was that there's only 3 people that know about his contract. Because apparently his agent is not any longer negotiating his contract. So the only 3 people that would know about Billy's new deal is Billy, Jonathan, or Bobby. And why would Jonathan and Bobby, a week after they said we're willing to divorce her, say, you know what? We just bought a lake house together. Like, there's no way they would leak that. So that was clearly from Team Belichick. It's all fascinating. It excites me because, as I've said, and I know I'm an idiot, but here it comes again. I'll repeat myself. I'm going to die on this hill with him in Bill I Trust. And they had a great game. And I was also, admittedly, somebody who was like, let Cunningham play the whole game. Like, I was super annoyed a week ago today, or maybe Thursday or Wednesday, whenever they reported that Mac was getting most of the snaps and he was going to start again. I'm just like, why are we doing this? I think I said on this very show last week, like, the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. Yet, here's what the offensive line did. In celebration of Dante Scarnecchia getting his red jacket, they
Yeah.
Actually, look it up. It'll be on the quiz later. Starts with a B, ends with a locked. They blocked. They
Yeah,
gave Mac
that was
4
amazing
seconds, a whole
that
4 seconds to make a decision.
he rang the bell and they played really well. I mean, that's the
Yes,
key.
I
And
forgot
and
about
even I
that.
guess I didn't hear
That's
it myself, but I've heard people say that his like interviews or the press conference after Mac Jones said something about, yeah, see what happens when
Dante rings the bell.
when they block, I have time to
Yeah.
like a backhanded comment, you know.
Well,
It's like,
I know, but
see,
he's a lot like
they've been my problem the whole time. When they can actually block and give me time, I can actually do stuff out there.
yeah, I appreciate him
I wanna
saying
look
that
that
because
really?
it's the same.
But did he actually say something like that? I'd be surprised because everyone's been talking about how like cohesive the team has been, especially around with Mac and stuff like that. And I mean, Gesicki went out of his way to praise him and like
Yes,
after the fact.
They all have, which I
Um,
appreciate.
Right.
And yeah, to Rubbishue's point, I also, just to jump in and defend Mac a little bit, like Tommy would never say that at the podium, but Tommy was historic for like knowing the camera was on him and screaming at the offensive line in between sets, right?
Oh yeah.
Like walking over the bench and being like, grow up, and just screaming and let's fucking go and all that stuff. So
he said the offensive line gave me time I needed today. When I have time, I can go and read the offense how we're supposed to, and I really appreciate those guys.
I wouldn't consider that a backhanded comment, though. I don't know.
It's a praise of awareness, I guess. Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I think they all know that their offensive line has been garbage all year.
So again, because I'm not paying attention the way you boys are, did they move people around? Like, did the picket fence change positions? I know they slid 2 people.
So it's funny. I'm pretty sure Trent Brown didn't play this week.
Yes, he did.
He was. Did he?
Yes, he did. He got hurt, and then he actually ended up coming back. Brown played left tackle, but with the biggest change that I noticed was they moved Mikey, and I can't really pronounce his name. I should, because he's from Michigan, Mike Onowa, whatever. He moved him. They slid him from right guard to right tackle, which to me has been one of like the biggest issues. And he played right tackle, and they had Lowe, not so, don't get it confused. They had Lowe at right tackle, and then obviously Andrew and Strange. And Strange played the whole game, which has been strange lately because he's been hurt all the time. You're welcome. And so that was their offensive line so far, by far their best look. And I think right tackle has been their biggest issue. They haven't been able to land on one, but I think they were so concerned with the interior, especially with Strange being out. They didn't have the guards to be able to move things around. That's why they didn't put Mikey onto the right tackle. They moved him there this past week, and he looked great. And he was a huge reason. Von Miller had just come back from injury. That was his first game back. Did anyone hear his name? No, didn't hear his name at all.
He played in England.
So second game back. So, but I mean, he just didn't make a play.
I feel like the one time I heard his name, they were talking about him not being on the field.
Well, yeah, because he is like 60 years old too.
Yeah, he's 1,000. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, it was a night and day difference.
I think from
right.
So I don't want to make excuses. Like, I think the Patriots played a great game, and the Bills. I know their defense has been injured a lot, but I mean, just Josh Allen looks like horseshit. Like, for weeks now, he hasn't played good, and so I don't know what's going on with Buffalo. They clearly, since Dayball has left, Josh Allen hasn't looked the same.
Yeah, they got their own problems. I'm not really worried about them. They do, though. No, I'm not disagreeing with you at all, Billy.
We're on to Miami.
They have a ton of issues, and it starts with, I mean, it's funny because, I mean, they've been banged up a little bit, but they're not super banged up. I mean, they got Hyde and Pryor back or whatever, their safeties are back and stuff. But I mean, Tre'Davious White not being there, that's a huge loss for them. But yeah, I don't know. Buffalo is going to have to figure out their mess, and it is a mess right now, mostly because they have expectations. I think the Patriots, we've gone through that, you know what I mean, as a team where there's expectations. You're 7 weeks in, For the Pats, it'd be like, oh my God, we're 5-2, and what's wrong with the Patriots or whatever, or even like week 4 and they're 2-2, like what the hell, what's going on, like in 2014, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I, the Bills have to go through that. I think this is where you're going to find out how good of a head coach, little short red-haired dude, help me,
McDermott.
Buffalo. Yeah, McDermott. Thank you. Sean McDermott is going to be, because that's, to me, that's where this is going to end up happening. Is how good of a coach, because he's got to figure out what's happening here for Buffalo. But for the Pats, the beginning of that game, they set the tone and they ran the ball really well early. You could see the push the offensive line was getting, and they had time. Obviously, the play action was the best they've done all season by far. And typically with am I gone again? Are you guys just looking down? Okay.
No,
No.
I was going to make sure. I just don't.
I'm looking at Vegas line so we can have that conversation.
9.5.
Oh, welcome.
I was already.
I'm
prepared. I do my research
while Windows was rebooting. Anyway.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Hey, I hear Windows 95 is going to be fucking priceless. So
I can't wait for it.
Look forward to that.
Yeah. Windows XP was a gem. A gem.
Yeah.
Take it out to a nice
she's a
dinner.
beaut.
That was a nice one. Yeah.
Yep. She's a beaut.
Beaut black. But I'm interested to see what they do against Miami in regards to what they did in the majority of the first half against Buffalo, which was hold the football. They were able to extend, the half on their side. Obviously, they had the turnover, the very, first pass, the first play that Buffalo had on offense, but they still they drew it out because they were able to put together 7, 8, 9 play drives, and the time of possession was huge. And they're going to need to do that against Miami, because Miami is just such a big play type of team, even though they did struggle this past week. But it'll be something that I think that's what they need to key on, is trying to keep the ball away from Tua this upcoming week.
So predictions, 9.5. Yikes. What time are we on? I was going to look too. What time are we on Sunday?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock on Sunday.
Wasn't Buffalo 7?
I'll be listening. I'm going way north on Sunday. I'm playing at Owl's Nest on Sunday.
I know. I still want to see that place.
8:20, which means we're done by 1. Is it 1 o'clock you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll watch it in the clubhouse, I suppose.
Is it wasn't Buffalo the spread was what, 7 or was it 10 last week?
I feel like it wasn't it 7, 7.5, something like that?
I think it was 7.
Yeah, I think it was 7.
How differently would, especially, and again, different caliber, and they were at home. We're at Miami, correct? Because we had Miami here already.
At Miami, yes. And it's going to be rainy and 84 degrees.
Hopefully it is like rainy, because if it is, I feel like that benefits the Pats over them. But I don't think their running game. I mean, Mostert's still a good running back, but without a chain or whatever, I feel like their running game isn't as good. When they had both of them, that two-headed monster looked really good earlier this year. So,
yep.
But
what's
I don't
the
know.
over/under rubber shoes?
I don't know.
Oh,
I was looking at the weather.
Scotty does. Scotty's got DraftKings open when he's asleep. So
it's 47 over under 47.
All right.
Yep.
What do you got, Scotty? What's our final score?
Well, me, I've never bet against I never say against the Pats, but this week will be, I'm going to say 27-24 Patriots.
Oh, I like that. I'm close to you. Go ahead, Rubber Shoes. I feel like he's going to pick the Diamondbacks. Wait for it. Go ahead.
Yep.
51.
If I see that shirt tomorrow, if I see that shirt tomorrow, I'm canceling my internet. Go ahead. God help us. Honest to fuck.
If they win.
Honestly,
if they win.
Randy Johnson. Don't forget he killed a fucking baseball chicken with his pitch.
Big unit.
PETA.
I'm going to say 27.
Ooh.
17 Dolphins.
Guys, of course. And this son of a bitch is going to have his Merino shirt on next week.
I don't have one. They got me the Elway one instead.
Oh, I feel like we've had this conversation so many times. Senility. Yep. Again, when you get here, I'll show you around. I'm going to go 23-20. Oh, I apologize. 23-21. I'm rooting for the 8th grader. Chad Ryland is going to have a game-winning kick, and it's going to be this Sunday.
Hey, he looked pretty good this past week, man. He made some big kicks
at the House of Rock down in Miami. I love what they've done. Probably the most ingenious conversation for another time, because we have to do a show dedicated to our favorite stadiums. Probably one of the best revamps of an existing stadium ever. Like, I really think what they've done is super cool in Miami. Like, that was a shit show,
really nice.
and the roof and everything. They
really
did a really good job. Super good job.
Really,
Chad
really
Ryland, last possession, 23-21.
Speaking
Patriots
real quick
take
before
it.
we move on, I know Billy hates the rookie kickers for many Billy reasons, but they were huge in this past game. Bryce Behringer had his best game as a pro. He had a 64-yard punt. He also had a punt that pinned them down within like the 2-yard line. I mean, he punted really well, and then obviously Rydland was clutch and made some big kicks with Tyler Bass. I mean, Tyler Bass hooked one like I did in the woods on 14. So
actually, I want to say that a tsunami went through when he kicked that, because it was curving left, and then out of nowhere it went like a 90-degree turn right.
Okay.
It was like there was.
Do you have is there like a checklist of like excuses and stuff that you'd be like,
I'm asking for
I gotta hit the
Are you
tsunami
actually
one?
a New England sports fan? Just
no.
Yeah,
so I watched the game without
what
drinking
in the actual
beverages, so I think
ball
I
of
see it a
fuck
little
is he doing on
clearer.
this show? Okay, keep going. Yeah.
Oh no,
What?
no, that's not a thing.
What happened?
I see it very clearly, and I also watch the replays because I have issues.
What is happening? Oh,
He's
wait a
calling
minute.
us
Stop.
alcoholics.
Pause.
Alcoholics.
Pause. Asking for a friend again, Scotty. Do you go to the NFL Network and watch the edited speed show?
I have NFL Plus, so yeah, I watch like the thing. Yeah.
Do you watch the edited snap?
Yep.
Yep. Can you get Amy on? I just want to ask if everything is okay at home. No, we all
She's
right.
not
We
here.
good.
She's at soccer practice.
Then everything's great at home. Awesome. For Rubber Shoes and his
everything's great at home,
shirt.
clearly, because I don't golf that much.
Yep.
So everything's fine.
Again, we are asking the baseball gods. We're asking Baby Jesus.
Hold on. I'm not dude. I don't lump me in that. I don't want Philadelphia to win. I understand your point and your reasoning behind it, but I have no desire to see Philadelphia.
All right, so Rubber Shoes, because he owns it and it's his only excuse to wear it. And Scotty are full Diamondbacks, right? Yes, say yes.
Oh yeah, I'm Diamondbacks. I don't know about
you're Diamondbacks tonight. I'm Philadelphia tonight. I want to throw D batteries at Santa. Let's celebrate the holidays. Let's do it. Rubber Shoes tomorrow, and I'm just going to put this out to the people because you voted, and this is a democracy. It's a republic, actually, but we'll get to that later when Adam gets back. So
my gosh.
Joe Biden. Yeah, well, there's time. There's still time. One of us is going to vote for him, and she's not here. Anyway, that being said, in the grand scheme of things, oh, God, I love you, boys. Rubber Shoes is desperate for the Diamond Chickens to win so he can wear that cockamamie shirt tomorrow. America.
I already worn it.
I don't
all my baseball jerseys. Actually, that one's up in the attic right now.
All right. So America, for you tomorrow, when the Phillies win, Rubber Shoes, I don't care what the schedule. Do you have a Philly shirt? You don't, right?
I do not.
So when the Phillies win tonight, Baby Jesus, let's work on this. Tomorrow, Rubber Shoes will be in a hockey jersey with a helmet on the wireless mic. See, there it is. The balloons are back because I held my hand up.
I was like, what the?
Yeah, my tech, Tim Cook, has balloons inserted into the situation.
Look inside my drink.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It wasn't there.
Rubber Shoes tomorrow. Should the Phillies win, again for clarity, and then we're going to thank our sponsors and then leave. The Diamondbacks win. Rubber Shoes is in a Diamondback shirt that's terrible. The Phillies win. Rubber Shoes will be in any hockey jersey he chooses. In a helmet. I'm going to go 7 layers deep. 7-layer dip on this one, Rubber Shoes. I want you in gloves. I want a stick in one hand, a wireless mic in the other hand. I want a full body shot. I want Crocs. I want gibbets. And I want you to release your gloves and show us the foil underneath. If you are really
I don't know if I have
fan,
enough time tomorrow morning.
Nope. You get up at 2:30.
Yeah, well, I go to the gym and stuff, and I have to get ready for the fire station tomorrow. So I have to leave the house earlier than I usually do.
Give the people what they want. I want you foiled up under the gloves. And
That's not gonna
if you're a slap shot, well, all right, his commitment's blown. Okay, whatever. I want you in a hockey jersey. I'd love some
Commitment. Let's look at our channel and see who has commitment on for our show.
I knew I'd pick the scab. There it is. There it is. I want eye black. Can you do eye black?
No, I don't have the tape. If I had the tape, maybe I can find some black electrical tape. We'll see.
Yeah, it's in the truck in your driveway.
That's not it. I don't take that home.
Oh, I thought that went home. God, you're killing dreams at every turn. Holy shit.
No,
Scotty froze again.
They like to keep the hubcaps on the van, so when we show it.
Okay. Anyway, for Rubber Shoes, clearly in the LA studios, we have to wait for Scotty to come back. He'll be back in 2 seconds. We're going to wait for him to come back.
Is he refreshing again?
He is absolutely back to say goodbye.
Oh my God.
He's back to say goodbye. Yep.
All right, go Celtics tomorrow night.
Yes. If the Diamondbacks win, you get a Randy Johnson shirt in the morning. If the Phillies win, you get a hockey jersey with a helmet at least. We're working on the foil.
Yeah.
We love you, America. For Joe and Leslie, for our friends at AAA Work Trucks, and for Adam, who's on assignment, for Scotty, who's getting his haircut in beautiful downtown Maine, and for Rubber Shoes in the LA studios, where we don't park the truck because we want the hubcaps back, and for myself here in New Hampshire. We'll see you in and around the internet. Thank you for watching. We'd love for you to share, comment, and of course, like and subscribe at atbshow.com. That'll take you right to the YouTubes where you can find all of our past shows. And if you're man enough or woman enough to watch all those, there's a trophy. And we'll have Rubber Shoes sign that trophy. We'll see you next week. Adam will be back from assignment. And the Celtics, when do the Celtics tip off? Not for another week.
Tomorrow.
Right? Oh, they're tomorrow night. I apologize.
Yeah.
They're tomorrow. God help us. Yeah.
Season opens tonight. 2 games.
Yep.
Love it. Beautiful.
Lakers Nuggets, baby. I'm actually
Scotty, get a haircut and a Macintosh computer.
Thursday.
I went old school for you. An app. What are you doing?
Getting a cut Thursday.
An Apple Thursday or a haircut Thursday?
No, I'm getting a haircut Thursday. I'm gonna be reaching out to people that have a new laptop though.
I love all of this.
I'm done.
Rubber Shoes. I'm excited for the hockey jersey, and I can't wait for the helmet. It's going to be so good. All right, boys. Have a great week. Thanks, everybody.
All right.